There's always a little delay, so I went ahead and started it just a second early there. Well, hello! Well, unmalfunction my keyboard, Jeff says. I wish I could. That thing is... Logging in was even an issue to get my password to go in. I had to be very patient. How many people are actually here? Jeff is here. Spot is here. Rufo's here. You guys, I'm going to shut off my Tumblr. Please, somebody remind me at the end of the live to go ahead and start it again. Wow, it hasn't been this quiet in here for days. Good morning, everyone, or afternoon if it is that where you are. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Wednesday. Oh, I better not put that too far away because we're going to need it. We're going to look at some of the slabs that I high graded out of the box of stuff that I got at that sale, at that estate sale up in Canada. Some of this I decided, is definitely for me and for my personal use. And some of this I've decided to give away or to sell or to do whatever with it, whatever. I also want to tell you guys a quick little story, like warm your heart kind of story. Are you ready? I think that's a great way to start our Wednesday. So that's what we're going to do. I want to show you guys my shirt. Not all who wander are lost, some who are just looking for cool rocks. A couple of my girlfriends came up and visited me on Sunday, and they brought me this t-shirt. I'm so excited. It was really hard to not wear it to work all week because I wanted to wear it for you guys today. And I want to tell you a little bit about their visit. So my friend Chris, she's an old coworker of mine, and we keep in touch, and I just absolutely adore her. She's a bit older than me, but her friend Janine, now our friend Janine, had a stroke a few years ago when we were working together, and Chris has cared for her through this stroke. And I love this shirt. And they're roommates now, and they take care of each other. Really, they take care of each other. And Chris is just, Janine's situation isn't really great since she's had her stroke. And Chris is a saint, an absolute saint. I mean, not just Janine, she takes care of everyone around her. She might cuss a lot and not be everyone's cup of tea, but in my book, she is an absolute saint. And Janine too, to have such great spirit and a smile on her face all the time, and to be laughing all the time in her situation, to me, that just, how cool is Janine? I mean, good for her for not letting that just wreck her mood and her world. So these two girls came up to visit me, and it was a really fortunate situation for Janine. She wanted to do a little bit of Christmas shopping and get some gifts and things. And she walks with a cane, and she isn't as mobile as a lot of people are. So for her to be able to come into my little boutique in my bedroom and pull up a chair and just sit and go through everything at her own pace, everything is within an arm's reach. And if it isn't, we're right there to hand it to her. And for her to get a one-on-one look at all the rocks and everything, she had a ball, and I had a ball taking her through that tour as well. So and then she sat out here in the living room with us, and we all sat together and just oohed and awed over all kinds of rocks and had a great time. I sent them home with tons of stuff. As only a good rock friend does, right? Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't ever say it to Chris's face all the time, but she's an absolute saint for everything that she does. And Janine is an absolute jewel to have in your life. She is a great human being. So Chris and Janine, thanks for coming up. If you're watching right now, thanks for coming up. And I love the shirt. And thanks for letting me spoil you girls. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. We'll see you shortly. We know you're in and out with work. So Yeah, anyway, right back to where we were with the rocks before I had that heartwarming little story for you guys. That is a pampered shopping experience, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I I told you guys when we first looked through all that stuff that I got from the auction that I had already picked out the slabs that I wanted to keep. And we never looked at those together. So I want to show you guys some of the stuff that I decided to keep for me. Whether that's just keep on display, like this piece here, or maybe this piece here, or if it's something that I want to make jewelry out of, like this piece here. So without further ado, I think we're going to turn around for a minute, have a look at some rocks, and cool. Very cool. So we'll get to showing you something cool here, Soul. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hi, Cynthia. I didn't read everything else in the comments yet, so let me have just a minute. I really kind of did read everything in the comments, so let's turn you guys around and we'll have a look at some of these rocks. Let's see, I actually need to make some room really quick. Hey, son, I highly suggest you don't come out here in your underwear. Okay. I've got one home sick from school right now. Poor guy, he's been sick for days. Okie dokie, artichoke. Sorry, this is just a cluster, you know what. Thanks for being patient with me, everybody. Oh, that was a very real struggle this morning on my live. Okay, so here are the ones that I pulled out for the thumbnail. Oh, mine's the one that I grabbed with the drizzy. Yeah, poor guy. I can hear him back there just coughing. Yuck, buddy. And like I say, I pulled this one out too. I love that little druzy pocket in there. And 775, good morning or afternoon. I want to look at this one more time really quick. I'll not only the druzy pocket really cool, but I love like the red lines running through that agate. It's beautiful. I can't say where it came from because for me it came from an estate sale, right? So I don't know if that's a Montana agate or a LSA. I have no idea. And let's go ahead and have a look at this one next. I'm a sucker for a pocket. I think that if you're very creative, a pocket can make some nice jewelry. And not to mention, that's a beautiful piece. It kind of resembles some like graveyard looking stuff. Again, I can't be sure. It's a beautiful piece, though, in my opinion. So I pulled it out. I don't know if I'll do anything with it or just keep it like that. It's awful pretty. And then, of course, there's a piece of Turritilla. There's actually a couple pieces of this that I pulled out for myself. Awesome. Rufo's he's got the bug today. He's feeling it. He's like, I got stuff to do today. Stuff to do, stuff to do. Yeah, Spot's also a sucker for a bug, it sounds like. This piece is just beyond crazy. Sorry, there's a little spot here. There was a sticker on it, a price tag sticker. Of course, not a label that says what kind of rock this is. I want to, now that we've got some of those out of the way, let's see if we can. Holy moly. That was so much. It's somewhere right in the middle of there would be real good. Sorry, guys. Well, you get a real good look at it. It looks like little, like, melting ghosts. Let's try there. That's, well, we're right back where we started, unfortunately. Let's see if I could turn my box. That's better. Isn't that crazy? There was only one of these slabs in that entire whole, like, 4 flats of rocks that I pulled out of there. And I mean, the rest of it's very beautiful too, but that middle part just blows my mind. I'm going to do the other side too. I'm going to get it wet too. Oh, lovely. I get to hear my son flush the toilet. He is not well. I hope I do not catch what he has. So far, so good. And he's been sick for days, so. How cool is that slab, you guys? Isn't it wild? Of course, I had to pull that one out for further inspection, for science. Oh, and yeah, not to mention, light passes through this little vug up here. Let's see if I can get it at the right direction. Where did it go? Oh yeah, right there. You see it? See the light coming through there? Anybody want to take a guess what this is before I flip it over? Cynthia says that's the rock version of Scream, and I agree, like, totally. Little, like, melting ghost faces. Any guesses on this one? Rufo, you should be all over this. Boom, he got it. Boom. There was quite a bit of dino bone. And this is like the only one that, in my opinion, he cut the right direction. The rest of them are nice. And we'll look at a piece or two. But this one was by far my favorite. Well, maybe not my favorite, but I pulled it out. It's going up on my shelf. It's a display piece. Sweet slab, says Rufo. Yeah, I like that. I like that little end cut there. Might polish it up someday if I ever get anything big enough to do that. Excuse me. How's that, you guys? Woohoo! That was beautiful. I'm going to turn it back so we could see some of the light passing through some. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's a fancy piece, isn't it? Did you guys watch Katie Did's video where she got um the wet polisher? Gosh, isn't that beautiful? That big red plume down the middle. I might have to try one of those when the weather warms up. And if the budget permits. Oh, Rufo, that's such a good question. Hey, son. Yeah. On my bed, like I think up by my pillow, is my big UV light. Would you go grab that for me? Try not to get your germs all over it. The inside of the box is going to be soaked by the end of the show, but it puts out such a fine mist that it's not enough to wet the other side. Will you pull that cap off? Thank you. Oh, it's pretty cool. I might have to get you guys some video about this one. And it's very bright in here. I'm using my lights that I have like Rufo has. I went to the big town. The band played in the big town and I went to the Walmart. Haven't been to the Walmart in several years, I'd betcha. Brother and I were gonna go when we went the other day, but we didn't. And I got an adapter that the lights will plug into one outlet, and I set them up for today's live. But yeah, this might be super fun to look at under the UV in the dark, 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 dark. Sure is picking it up good on my camera today, especially considering how much light is in here. That was an excellent question. Thank you. Okay, Jeff, I see your comment there. I need the link for those lights. I need some. Yeah, that's, I mean, but wow. I like that slab a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just wet this one before I even put it in the box for you guys. There's a big old slab of pet wood. Never know, I might have a project where I need a chunky slab of pet wood. So that got set aside. Besides that, it's awful pretty. I don't know what this is. A jasper or I don't know, jasper agate. Sorry, getting it wet real quick. It's almost so big it doesn't even fit in this photo box. And the lights are reflecting off of it very badly because it doesn't fit in there. And there, try to stand it up there. Now you're getting light through it. Anyway, like I say, I don't know what it is. I liked it though, so I pulled it out for me. Here's another piece of turritella that I pulled out. It's got like an actual snail or two, like a whole one right there. It's kind of cool. Anybody know where this comes from? I'd like to know. If you happen to know right off the top of your head, drop it in the chat for me. Oh, yeah, we'll do that real quick too. I agree. And those I may have actually looked at under the UV, but I don't recall looking at that other one. Oops. That little like half moon one up there, that sure is cool. It's like a whole different world under the UV, isn't it? Interesting. I figured that it was probably several places, and I wondered if it wasn't like Morocco and Wyoming. So, but Mexico and Wyoming, that's cool. Rufo, you want to take a guess what that is? It reminds me a lot of some of the stuff that Jean sends your way, and I can't think of the name of it right now. Focus thing. I like that little plumy bit down there is why I pulled that out. Calcite and aragonite. Well then, you know what we gotta do. Like 0 UV reaction on any of that. That I see anyway. Oh, there's a little on the side. At least, yeah, not that we're seeing with all this bright light. Maybe it'll phosphoresce and do things. I'll check it later. But yeah, I liked that piece. It was different. I might have a big chunk of this. Maybe not exactly this. I have some bigger rocks too that I got a hold of. I like this edge. Anyway, I got some bigger rocks too that I can run through my big saw. While I was up there, and some of it looks like maybe this material. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's something close to this. It's in like jasper with matrix with an agate mixed in it. Interesting. Interesting, Rufo. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful stuff. I mean, every color you could ask for almost. From the orange to the red to the blue on this one side is beautiful. Yeah, but the greens and the reds are stunning over here as well. Passing light through some of the agate. Is it passing through there too? Let me look with my own eye. Yeah, it is. Bigger than crap. Like a moss agate would. Wow, that's cool stuff, huh? going to show this one dry really quick first, and then we'll look at it wet. My poor kid. Are my new favorite. Absolutely, really solid stuff there. Yeah, that's a hard material we just looked at. Now this one, it's got some softer spots, but it's also got some hard material in it as well. Like, I wouldn't try to cab some of this more porous stuff, but I'd take a piece right out of the middle of that, no problem. But yeah, I like all the different colors in that one as well. Yeah, I don't know, Spot. I think so. I hope he is. He slept really good last night. He wasn't coughing and blowing his nose all night. When I went to go see if he wanted to try school yesterday, I opened the door and it looked like it snowed in there. There was just tissue from one end of the room to the other. I was like, whoa, I don't think he had a very good night. Oh, and then yeah, look, this one's labeled Patowski Stone from Michigan, but I knew it was Patowski Stone without the label. Everything that I don't know what is never had a label on it. There was a piece or two that were labeled Graveyard. And there's like this moss agate over here that I know it is. There's like some Gary Green or something down in there too, but big old Patowski. Should we light it up, see if it glows? Sorry about the noise. A little bit. Oh yeah, look at all the little dots. That brings out little fine details in those coral polyps that brings out. Ooh-wee. That's pretty. I didn't have a piece of Patowski before I got this lot up at the auction, so that was kind of cool. Here, this one's dry even and just blow your mind fancy. Oops, sorry. Weeble wobbling it all over the place. I'm sorry, Soul. I don't mean to laugh at you. Hello, Sandmaker. I know it looks like a little picture. Yeah. And you could cut that right down in half and make two, or, even more than half and make several very nice cabs out of it. Let me check this one with the UV before. Yeah, we should look at this with the UV. I liked this piece. I liked this like sprayish pattern on the edge of it. I mean, it's not the most dazzling color, especially compared to like some of those jasp agates we were just looking at. But yeah, look at the light pass through it. It's gorgeous then. And like I say, that like splay end, I really got a kick out of that. Whoop. So we're gonna light her up. Kind of an odd one. Is it focusing? So good, yeah, that we can see the saw marks in there. I don't know what that is, but I liked it. Here is a piece of plume. Or moss, I mean, not plume. Another really big piece. Nice and green. And ba-boom when the light passes through it. How'd you like to have that for like skylights? Wouldn't that be cool? Somebody was going to make a little heart shape right there. I don't know if I would have done that or not. Don't know if I'd have done that. There's a lot of vug action happening right there. You might have blown her to smithereens. Anyway, pretty piece. Yeah, for sure, Rufo. That piece should at least be sitting in the windowsill, shouldn't it? So the light can come through it. A couple pretty little agates that I pulled out. I like the way the light passes through that one. That one's really dark, but when the light passes through there, wouldn't that be a sweet cab out in the middle? Might have been a pet wood. Ah, really might have been a pet wood. Kind of went through those a little quick. It's okay. We got lots of them to look at. What is this and why did I keep it? I don't rightly know. Ooh, it's hard to look at wet. Is it a jasper? Well, it's nice and opaque. Light passes through it. It's pretty. Sorry, I'm not holding it very still for you guys. I'm having a hard time finding a spot where it's not reflecting super bad and also bright enough to see the details. There we go, something kind of like that. No, yeah, no. I can't see the middle of my screen either, so I don't know if I'm blaring you guys with a big light reflection right in the middle of the screen. I mean, I can see the middle of the screen, but it's very delayed. Interesting. Don't put your graveyard in the window. The sun will fade it, huh? And yeah, I've heard that some agates, especially if they're dyed agates, they don't tolerate the sunlight as well. Here's a little piece of pet wood. There's a spot in there where it's not all cracked that you could pull a cab out of. Cut it in half, throw it in the tumbler, and make 2 cabs very easily. And wouldn't even have to polish them by hand, just run them through the tumbler. Okay, this one's interesting. Little agate piece. Let's see, my finger might be wet enough that we could. Come on, focus. You can do it. not the most exciting piece, but the next slice into that rock, I'm like, woohoo! Again, I'm a sucker for a good vog. And that's not even like a Jersey E-Vug. I just like it. I like how inappropriate is that rock. I love it. I think we might have looked at that one. I might have brought that one out once. Let's see, what is that? Why is it in there? I'll put that over there. Let's see. I'm just gonna start grabbing here. Another piece of pet wood here. Is it pet wood? Yes, it is. Nice little piece. Rocks rock. Welcome. Oh, this has got a coat of something on it. It's not wet. It's covered in some kind of icky stuff that we got to get off there someday, but otherwise a really cool piece. It's bad too. It's smeared and bubbled and but it's such a cool piece. So whether I polish that off of there or chemically try to get it off there and then polish it, I don't know yet, but or gift it to somebody who wants to just use it like it is. I don't know, but that's a little project piece. And even though it's got a crappy coating on it, I'm plenty tickled to see it. I bet you guys are too. There's the fancy piece. We saw probably a smaller piece of this earlier. Look, someone was going to put a cab in there. Wasn't me. Let's give that a little shot of water. I don't see why not, Rufo. I don't see why acetone wouldn't be just fine. I know people who have even done that to meteorites and other people who have used acetone to get it off of meteorites. So if it's okay on meteorites, I don't know why it wouldn't be on some Gary Green. I mean, it's not probably the greatest thing for either, for rocks or for meteorites, but I know it's been done. I sure do like that slab, that bright red chunk. I had to hold that up to the light and see if it was passing light through, and it's actually not. It's just like actually that vibrant bright red right there. What a fun piece, huh? I like that stuff. Like I say, I pulled that other little piece of that out of there too. I don't know if there were any more of those in the stuff that I left to. Oh, here's the next cut in the agate with the pocket. And that one almost didn't go all the way through. It's just such a sliver. Little cat's eye peeking through. Oh, another pet wood. We'll look at it quick. Oh, it's pretty. It's got some really pretty detail right here in the middle. We'll look at it real quick. Flip it on over. That's an okay piece. What else is in here? Ooh, this one's fun. I'm gonna try to get this one dry after I touched it with my wet finger because I don't think we need it wet. How is that for a pretty piece of obsidian? And you gotta have the light coming through it to be able to see it. Oh, so pretty. So stinking pretty. Um, Here's one that I broke. I dropped it, I broke it. It's alright, I already bought it. But, I'll have to probably should wash my hands after I touch this too. Looks like a big old piece of like tiger eye or something. Boy, it's not looking like that on camera though, is it? And again, it's marked with a price, but not with a label. Let me see if I pop a little shot of water on here. Let me try the thing. Cannot get it to look like tiger eye on the camera. It's kind of what it looks like in person though. Yeah, it's definitely flashy through there, like doing that golden eye thing. Pretty stuff though, isn't it? All right, Rufo, I might do that. Hey, Wyo, how are you today? We are just rocking through some of this stuff. Oh, here's a piece of that agate that you guys see in my kitchen window all the time. Pretty little piece. I'm a big fan of the oranges and reds and stuff in our agates. Here's another piece that they were going to try to cut a heart out of, and I wouldn't have done that. Quite so close to some of those vugs. Can you guys see that? That one up there, you're going to get a hole in, like, especially because I'm assuming we're going to polish this in a vibratory tumbler, and I think you would get a little misshaped heart out of this deal if you were lucky. Here, too, I think you're really pushing it. Somebody had a heart-shaped stencil, though, and they were going crazy with it, weren't they? Sure is a fancy piece. Let's see if it does stuff. Let's see if its agate does stuff. The agate parts do, it looks like. Oh. Over there they do anyway. I cannot see. I need a new tripod. This one is fancy. Ba-boom. Look, there's a little water in the bottom of here. Let's grab it. You guys. The jasper that I sent you. The jasper that I sent you. In the first package I sent you, Rufo? Probably from here. I don't think I sent you anything not from here. Whoop. in the first package. It is really pretty. I'm gonna see if I got enough water on the bottom of this to do this side for you guys too. Yeah, somebody said a leopard. Let me see if I can see who said leopard. Jasper Wyo said it does kind of have a leopardy pattern to it, doesn't it? This rock is really interesting. Can you guys see like the chatoyance or like reflectivity of that piece in the middle there? It's almost got like a metallic sheen to it, but it's like agate. For science, I had to keep that one. Like I need to explore that a little more because it doesn't make sense to me. Makes sense to you? Please try to articulate what we're seeing in the comments if you can. So that was a special little piece, I thought. Is it probably just a feldspar in there? It's so cool. Oh, my poor kid. Is this wood? Pet wood? Plume agate? What is that? Let's wet it. Pet wood. I'm going with pet wood. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm going with. I like the way the light passes through it. That would make something neat, you know, window ornament or something. Uh-oh, you guys. Pardon me. Trevin, I swear if you get me sick, man, I'm gonna make you take care of me. I said, I swear if I'm getting your cold, you're cooking dinner. Calcite, aragonite, sort of looking piece again. Let's see if this one glows, eh? Oh yeah, that one pops. Wonder why the other one didn't. Well, I mean, why? Nature does amazing things. Why question? This just reminds me a lot of that other piece that we looked at earlier. However, this one's just different. Again, it's that plumy pattern in the bottom that also right up there that really drew me to want to keep this slab. True, and that, like I said, and it might even be way more fascinating. It might phosphoresce or something that we're just not seeing. Here's another piece of that obsidian. That one is a lot less, even in person, I have a hard time seeing through that one. So we'll just set that one aside. Here's a pretty piece, you guys. Oh my goodness. Check this out. Boots in the house. Got a big old agate band running through it, but oh, what a cool cab it would be pulled out of like right there. uh, Boots causing a kerfuffle in the chat. That's fun. This agate is interesting. I have other pieces of this agate in another box, like the end, and it's kind of roughly chopped, and so that's why it's in a different box. But this is like speckly, so speckly when the light comes through it. And I liked that. I thought that was really unique. I wondered if that white up in the corner would give us any fluorescence. Not as much. Anyway, there's a couple pieces of this. So we'll look at this real quick. I liked these big old agate chunks. Sorry, let me get a hold of that one a little bit better. With the quartz insides, they're pretty. I wondered if there was, yeah, there's a little bit of like rainbow in there, but I don't know if it's just because of the fracture. But anyway, those were cool enough to keep. I might find a project in the future where I would really like to have a couple of those. Here's another slab that like really reminds me of that stuff that Rufo does, that calcite and aragonite stuff from Gene. Really pretty piece. Let's check it out. Again, a big no on that one. Whoops, sorry for knocking you guys around with the flashlight. It's really dark slab. Some people are really into the darker stuff. Really red. Little blue agate bits in it. Poor baby. I like that piece. Of course I do. That's why I picked it out of the bunch of masses of slabs that I got. Ho ho! You guys, this is a neat piece. Let the light through it. Turn it over really quick. I'm going to set it back there really quick. And I'm going to let you guys enjoy that for just a minute. I need to go take a quick bio break. And also, oh my goodness, Kate is here. Hi, Kate. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday and a good rest of your week from here on out. I need to take a quick bio break and also encourage my kid to maybe use some Vicks or turn on the humidifier or try to care for himself a little, help him out a little. I'll be right back, guys. If somebody could answer Kate that I don't personally know what that is, that I got that at an estate sale and that we're just looking, that would be great if somebody'd let her know since she has no sound. Thank you. Or if you have a guess, go ahead and guess for Kate, but let her know that you're guessing. I'll be right back. have, Ben? You need to try a Mucinex or a Dayquil or something. You need to have some food first. You did? Oh, you did. Tracy said. I'm sorry, Vicky. I'm sorry. You should come out. We'll sleep in the living room. We'll turn the heater on. Yeah. Cuddle your dog. She'll keep you warm. Okay. I'm back. Thank you, everyone, for helping out. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you. Shall we look at this one wet or, better yet, let's look at it with the UV. Holy moly. Oh man, aren't rocks so much fun, you guys? Oh. My significant other said that I can't take the UV. He said, didn't say can't, but he said shouldn't take the UV to craft sales with me because nobody has one of those in their home, and that it's false advertisement to show people how cool rocks are when they can't go home and check them out like that. Here's a pair of slabs. You can tell how absolutely hard this material is. The saw that they used to cut this was obviously struggling. It left some pretty wicked grooves, but can't blame it. That's some pretty hard material. Let's see, we're getting some light through too. How pretty is that? Look at the other one real quick. I like this material, and you know that make a good strong cab. I love it. I think it's so pretty. The contrast between the blues and the browns and the, there we go, the agate popping in there a little bit. It looks like about the only spot too. I'm gonna go ahead and get one wet for us. Let's see. Yeah, why not this one we were just looking at? Oh my gosh, you guys, it just comes to life. First of all, how about that little druzy pocket? Second of all, just like I say, come to life. I love that. The red, the blue. As Kate would say, it's very Jasperlicious. Yes, it is Jasperlicious. Yeah, and like I say, there's like 2 slabs of that. I'm gonna grab these bigger chunks too when we get done here and show you guys. Like I say, there were some big pieces in a big milk crate that I bought that I think I can get through my saw. This is a cool chunk. Is that a green spot? Yeah, it is. That's cool. Isn't that the cool thing about winter, is that we have time to come back and rediscover some of this stuff that we just had to kind of hurry over. I knew that this stuff was going to be super fun, like for winter projects and stuff, but even just hanging out with you guys and just looking at them is super enjoyable for me. I hope it is for you as well. But yeah, I like just sitting here and looking at all the different stuff going on in some of these. Like I say, there was some bone in here. Here's some more bone. These were all mixed into several of the boxes, but I'm fairly certain that it all came out of the same piece. Let me touch it and see if we can get it to, let me shake it around first. Sorry. Let me touch it and see if I can get it to focus better. Yeah. And like I say, in my opinion, he cut some of this kind of the wrong direction. I mean, it's beautiful. You do get to see some of the cell structures in there. But I wonder if he'd have cut it the other way. If it wouldn't have been a little more like that first one that I showed you guys. Either way, it's cool. I love it. And I don't think he's done anything to it. I don't think it's like stabilized or anything, but I've worked this material and it's plenty hard. I've made cabs out of it. It's plenty hard. The polish is a little different. There are some soft spots in it when it comes to polish, but I'm okay with that. Look, did somebody put that ridiculous heart on there? They did, didn't they? Somebody just went nuts with that heart stencil. Yes, Kate. Yes, you are right. Dino bone. I wonder if it's pretty in the UV. Let's check it out. Yep, pretty cool. Especially in that one spot up there. Anyway, like I say, I have cut and polished and made cabs out of this stuff, and it's stable enough. Like I say, I don't think he did anything to it to stabilize it, and it's stable enough that it makes pretty jewelry. So I snagged up, I think, pretty much most of all the Dino Bone, guys. Hate to tell you that, but you knew that was coming, right? Unless there were masses of it, you knew that was coming, right? I like this piece. There it is, the light coming through it. Let's hit it with the UV real quick, and then we'll get it wet. Some of that, a little bit, maybe. Let's get it wet. I bet it just comes to life. In fact, let's just get it wet right in the box. We haven't done that in a minute. Before and after. I have no idea why, Spot. I think for their own personal enjoyment, for sure. They knew that I loved hearts, so they put plenty of them all over my rocks. You guys, this almost kind of has a Dino Bone feel to it. I'm not gonna lie. And remember, Rufo was talking about having, it is, I'm sure it is. Now I see it on camera. Having some like feldspars or something in their Dino Bone. Somebody was. Ken, maybe. Maybe it was Boot. You guys see how kind of flashy, kind of feldspar-y this is? Maybe. That's why I kind of put it away and thought probably not, is because I'm with you guys. Like, I didn't know if that was a common thing or not. But boy, now that I look at it on camera, it sure does look like Dino Bone to me. Let's go ahead and pop it a little shot of water. Oh boy, how phenomenal. You thought I was going to say the F word, didn't you? I did. I said the PH word. Phenomenal. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't decide which part of that I like better. The blue on red, the red and white. Oh, you know, these rocks were pretty darn filthy. I did see one gentleman up there checking things out with the UV light. But and they had some spray bottles and stuff there too, but you guys, I don't know if everybody was really super aware of what everything. Well, I'm not even. I don't even know what all I bought and what all it is, but I wonder how many people have chunks of dino bone in their flats of rocks that they bought and have no idea that's what it is. That is stunning, you guys. I am in love with that rock in every way there is to be in love with a rock. um, no, not particularly, but neither does this one. And I wonder if them being like cut in oil and kind of gross has something to do with that. Like they're super covered in dust. I do have one Rufo that really, really, really sticks to my hand. And now that you mention that, like I had Janine when Janine was up here visiting the other day. I love that feeling too. I did the same thing. We were looking at some slabs and we were getting them wet. And so I was like, here, spray that water right on your hand, Janine. And she thought it was, a little bizarre, but she did it. And here's one of my favorite slabs of all that I pulled out of that box, other than some of the dino bones. And man, I love me some fancy stuff. Anyway, I sprayed her hand with water and handed her a bone and told her to squeeze it. And she squeezed it 2 or 3 times while her hand kind of dried up a little bit. And then I could hear it stick to her hand. And she looked at me and her eyes got wide. And I was like, isn't that great? uh, Kate's in there laughing. Try not to laugh while she's teaching class. Hold a straight face, Kate, so the kids don't know you're watching YouTube. That's not a small slab either, you guys. Like, I think any rock hound would be pretty proud to have a piece of that sitting around. Whether for a rainy day project or just for a display piece, isn't that a bomb piece, you guys? This gentleman had some beautiful rocks. Some absolutely beautiful rocks. Let's go ahead and hit it with the UV too. I don't know if they'll do anything for us. Oh yeah. But let's do it. So cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Whew. All right, guys. Well, I saved the best one for last there, I think, maybe. Turn you back around and we can have another quick little visit. Oh. Wasn't that fun? I had fun. I hope you guys did too. I have a pile of slabs on my table now, and like I say, I really enjoyed just going back through those with you guys. I might have to pull a few more of them out and put up in that windowsill over there. I had a ball going. Just say again too. So a lot of you aware that that auction that I attended was put on by the Southern Alberta Rockhound Association. They might even be association, Southern Alberta Rockhounds. And good-natured bunch of folks. I had a really good time. My tripod. I am so sorry, you guys. I'll just hold it. Anyway, I absolutely had the time of my life up there. I don't know if I'll get an opportunity to get up there again. I think the start of the year, I'm trying to tighten that while I visit with you guys. I don't know if I'm tightening or untightening. There, that's better. I think at the start of the year, they're going to start enforcing that you need to have a actual passport to get up into Canada. I went through on my birth certificate and driver's license. So just proof of citizenship. But I think that they've been pushing for the like Montana real IDs and all of that junk for a long time now. Sorry. I'm trying to get you guys. And I don't have one, and so I'm probably going to have to do something about that if I want to go up to Canada again anytime in the near future. Yeah, thanks, Kate. Yeah, get to work. And I'm glad that I got up there because they were a great bunch, and I don't get an opportunity to do things like that very often. I'm pretty stubborn about it too. Like I'm like, oh, I don't buy rocks. I've got plenty of rocks. I don't buy rocks. So to get a like bulk purchase of all of this material that I would probably never even lay my eyes on otherwise is really a cool thing for me. Speaking of, so you guys know that I'm a meteorite nerd, and we're having a guest speaker tonight, Dr. Alan Rubin, who was a geologist at UCLA. He's retired now. He also is the curator of UCLA's meteorite collection. Sorry about the noise. Oh my God. I'm sorry, sweetie. Have you tried the Mucinex?
There is no Mucinex.
Yes, there is in the medicine cabinet, or there was anyway. Did you take it?
I didn't find
Okay, I'll help you find it in just a minute. Just a minute, I'm almost done. Okay. Anyway, geology and the creation of the universe and all of the stuff that's in it, and how did it get there, and how did it create planets, and how did it create all the asteroids that are out in the asteroid belt and the comets, and how do we know that these meteorites come from those places? All of that stuff this guy is deeply into. And we get to, our group, Topher Spin Meteorites, gets to interview him tonight. And there is a young man here in town. He's a senior this year. He's in my oldest boy's class. They just had an awards ceremony the other night, and they were joking around about what these kids are going to do in their future. Not necessarily joking, but they get to my son's friend here, and they're like, oh, we don't even need to talk about him because he won't even be here. He'll be on Mars. And everybody chuckled, and he smiled all big and proud of himself, but this kid is very, very serious. His mission as a career individual is to terraform Mars. And he's not joking around about it, you guys. He may very well someday save humanity and terraform Mars. At the very least, I might be able to say, hey, I know that guy who just set foot on Mars. I knew that kid. You never know. But this kid, I think he's going places. He's very smart, very talented kid. Anyway, we're interviewing the doctor this evening, a retired college professor, and I invited him to come. I invited this kid to come. Like I say, he's a senior, very smart. One thing that I really will say about our small town in particular is that we've always ranked really high in science competitions and things like that. In fact, we have been carried the title of such things as like #1 in the state, #1 in the nation for science. And we are a tiny little don't blink as you pass dot on the map. So this kid, I have no doubt that he can keep up with a college education discussion, especially with how deeply interested he has been for so very long now. So I thought, gosh, what an opportunity for a kid out here in the middle of nowhere to attend a free college lecture from a college professor in the field that he is interested in. So I did a little outreach, reached out to his parents, and was like, is it okay with you if he joins us? If he's interested, would he be interested? And his folks said, yeah, I think he'd be interested. And then my kid came home from school, my youngest one, who is not homesick from school. My youngest one came home and was like, oh, he is so excited. So yeah, I that's my kind of my outreach thing. I don't know. I'm just so excited. I hope that he gets just a little tinge of something if out of this meeting, or maybe even meets somebody in this meeting who he look, will look up to as a mentor, or whatever. Like, you just never know. Sometimes it's not what you know, sometimes it's who you know. And so I'm really excited to introduce him to some of the crew, and uh, just kind of, I mean, you never know. He might catch just one little something out of that meeting, or two little somethings out of that meeting that he'll take off into his career. And I'm just so excited. I hope he really enjoys himself tonight. I hope he really, really enjoys himself tonight. I'm just so tickled. I can't tell you guys. I'm so excited. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, that's funny, Rufo. I use chert and shist as swear words sometimes in place of on purpose. So your autocorrect in your captions is not terribly far off. I mean, yeah, I'm so excited, Rufo. If you want to jump in tonight too, it might be a really fun lecture. I'll send you the link. Um, yeah, the retired geology professor from UCLA. Oh, how lucky are we? Way to go. I want to give a tip of my hat to Sue Spinato for arranging that for us. Uh, she was just brave enough to ask, and he was graciously accepted. So I'm so excited. What else is going on? Rufo was playing with some stuff. Are you going to go live later, Rufo? You've got a while before the meeting, if you care to do things around that or not. Okay, yeah, see, you might be at a lapidary club. How about though, are you doing anything this afternoon that we should be telling people to watch out for? It's open to all. Spot, is that something you would also be interested in? Share in the Discord. I will see if I can do that. I will see if I can do that, Ken. Recording stuff for videos later. Okay. And you might go live, so keep an eye out, and you know, keep an eye on the usual suspects. Oh, Manny finished his tumbling job. You guys see that? And he got all kinds of cool stuff out of there. I mean, it was cool going in, of course, but coming out there, he got some interesting pieces out of there. And sold it or sale the other day. Did anybody check that out? If you missed it, please go back and check that out. Go check Soul's live out. She had some stunning jewelry. Excuse me. She had some very beautiful handmade jewelry. And with the holidays coming up, you guys think of anybody, go look at the stuff. Maybe something will just speak to you. Oh my goodness, I know somebody who would just love that. So yeah, holiday shopping, keep all of those guys. I know Kyle's running a sale. Kate is also running a sale for holidays. Go check out Kate's stuff. I've got stuff available if you guys are, if you think a loot crate would be a great idea, or you would like for me to put together some kind of a slab box for somebody you love, or know, for your own self, maybe even, you guys reach out to me and let me know. I'd be glad to hook you up. And I'm in the spirit of giving. It's that time of year, so and with the 500, I know Rufo got his 500 package. Hey, Andrew's here. How's it going? Rockin' in Kentucky. That's Andrew, you guys. I'm trying to get a little bonus package out to everybody who I have previously sent a package too. So if you've done an exchange with me or you've made a purchase from me and I have your address, you probably have just a little surprise something coming in the mail for you to say thank you for being part of that 500, that achieving that goal of 500. So if you guys are missing out on that and you're not a part of that list already and you'd like to be, let me know. We'll fix that. We'll get you something. We'll get you even just a small purchase. We'll get you a little freebie coming your way. And thanks for the 500. You guys are awesome, and I couldn't have done it without every single one of you. You all rock. So yeah, Rufo's got really cool stuff, you guys, as far as, like I say, thinking about the gift giving holiday season shopping and things coming up. I think Everybody Rocks put out a video and said if your package is packed like this, don't do that. Like I kind of couldn't agree more. Like, go out and get a handmade piece of jewelry, or a t-shirt even from some of these guys, or whatever it is that you whatever it is you can, get some tumbled rocks, some pre-made cabs, and stocking stuff, wire wrap them up and make little plant sticks. I think that was another thing that Soul had available, were some plant sticks, or get some hair sticks from Karen, or I've got bath bombs with rocks in them. So you guys be checking each other out instead of Amazon. Like, let's make this holiday season more about, you know, things that were made with love and care than things that are shipped from China. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Check out Rufo. Check out Kate. Check out, I think Al's got some stuff too. Soul, Karen, you guys, Kyle, check us all out. We've all got really awesome products available, way better than stuff that's just mass produced and shoved in a box without any love and TLC. So, oh, Jennifer's in the house. Hey, Jennifer. Sneaking in here right at like the kind of the end. Guys, remember when we talked about the bubblegum rock? It was a great big chonky thing, and I couldn't even hardly see what was in the inside of it because it was covered in that scum that you can never get off your rock. I started cutting it. So here's what it looked like. That scum, that stuff that just never ever ever comes off. And it is by no means nearly as pretty as the Montana Galaxy Stone. Thank you for whoever named that. I think it was Spot or Soul Spot. But there is so much feldspar in this rock. Oh yeah, look at it go. Boom, 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 boom. Flashy, flashity, flashity, flash. And it's kind of a pretty blue color. I'm not terribly disappointed in it. It's pretty. And of course, I'm going to keep cutting anyway. But yeah, that's all right now, and that's on my agenda for this afternoon before I get to my meteorite meetings. So yeah, probably some kind of granite. I agree with that. Boot. Totally agree. Yeah, and I think that Jennifer just said she watches a lot of everybody because she keeps learning, and thank you, Rufo. And like, I mean, sure, it's nice to look at pretty rocks and things, but that's the motivation for me anyway to keep coming back to keep watching more, is because I'm constantly learning something. And I think that without some kind of an educational presence or the feel good, the community, without all of that stuff, where's the motivation to keep coming back and keep watching, right? And I think that Rufo in particular is a very good content creator for that. He's got some very neat, in-depth videos, like, how do you do this? How do you measure specific gravity? How do you measure hardness? How do you, a lot of those really, like, let's check things out, the Geiger counter. Just really unique things on his channel to keep us learning. Coming through some of this stuff and discovering together, like, the reason why I doubted that this was maybe dino bone to begin with was because of all of that feldspar looking stuff in there. Like I'm not afraid to say why I'm wrong and how I learned that this was different. Like, the Discord, we were talking about this in the Discord. Otherwise, I'd be over here all by myself going, nah, it's just some kind of fancy Jasper, wondering, is that cell structure I see in there? So us all looking at it collectively and agreeing that, dang, yeah, that's a nice piece of dino bone. That's so much fun. We're learning together. So, and like I say, I think that and the community is what would keep us all coming back to watch each other, is that we are all constantly learning. I think that's what makes us, want to keep coming back, craving. We crave that knowledge. So, yeah, not a doubt in my mind that, speaking of knowledge, that this high school kid up here is gonna get into this conversation with adults and college professors, and I think he's gonna be able to hang with us. I think there's probably maybe might even be something he can teach us. We might even be surprised. So I'm looking forward tonight. Learning things together is what makes this so fun. And hey, oh, you guys are just the best. I really like getting to support each other too. Like I say, especially as the holiday season comes up, I like my number one way of supporting you guys is with my views, my watch hours, and my comments and my likes and my interactions and things like that. My number two way might be maybe make a purchase from you, and you know that's all great and all, but being there for each other too, like making somebody smile and laugh today, that's a big thing sometimes, especially when we're feeling kind of down and the weather's gross and we can't get out and be social with each other. It's great. This is a great alternative social community, and I'm glad to have you guys. So anyway, we're gonna do the thing. We've kind of said hello to everybody. We've kind of said what's going on for the rest of the week, and we've smiled and laughed together a little bit. We're gonna sing the song, and I think that's about all we've got for today. I'm glad we got to look through those again together. I knew I picked some fun stuff out, you guys, but I kind of forgotten about a few of those pieces. It was fun to see them together. So sing along if you know. Do you know the words, son?
To what?
To the Prairie Girl Rock song.
I do not.
Oh, can't believe you. Pretty rocks out on the prairie, pretty rocks are everywhere, pretty rocks for us to look at, pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a blue one and a green one and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty and they all are everywhere. Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out in my kitchen with me today. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Have a good rest of your week.